again.
Mutagen. The one resource I always need more of. Get Ember building. Why do all of these count as Ember? Always need more Former. Necros and Valkyr. One sec. Chair was absurdly low. So that's what I have to do there. Just gonna do our reputations. I don't think I need these two for any specific reason, so I'll just throw Warband in. It's a helmet. Good old train man. Plentiful mucus. I do like that they added the flowers as a little feature. Gives you an idea of progress. That's one I would have been using. Don't think I need it immediately. So I haven't been online at all today. So hopefully these guys reset. It's 12 hours last stream. But I swear I've been right with the timer before and just had no update.
Don't matter to Nev one. Everyone on my books wants to make a difference.
554, piloting combat. 555, piloting gunnery repair. I think that's the same one I had yesterday. None that I want.
If Solaris United is going to be what it once was, things need getting done. Run your optics over this.
In there. And Sionke. I actually really like the way the operators look in this light. This like moony light. I think it takes away some of the unrealism from their face. I don't know if that's a word. Just makes it look more real.
What things are and what they're... Yes, commit.
300.
The history.
I think I'm gonna go and farm Tarragor. I forget where I was writing what parts I had. No, never mind. So I'm missing the day systems. So I might go and farm some of that to begin. Try and wake my hands up a bit. It's here, right?
Die, lizard leech.
Grenier researcher Kyle Weber remarkable strides in the field of gene warfare. His work will not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive cloning, but also allow for stronger and deadlier genetic modes. The Linear Predator will stop to his work.
Very excited now. Anticipation. These learn so much. Live dissection. Dissection. That sounds too human. Not every
If you stand right there, he like clips inside of you when he spawns. Interesting if there was a telefrag mechanic. Them doing that just immediately kills you.
love you, not like I love the two men you murdered. Gonna pull this ocean down.
I don't know if skipping this actually works or not. It seems to just pause forever anyway. Sometimes it speeds things up, but I don't really think it works here. Don't have a melee weapon.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run. Come for a fight. Who should have dressed for a funeral?
The R is up, this will be our quickest. What's up, Sargon? Trying to get our last Equinox piece. He's not cooperating, as per usual.
This is for the tube man.
Plus it shows when I get far away from extraction. I think I was waiting there way too long.
Get to extraction. Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
Day systems? That's what I needed. And it was also my fastest run by 2 seconds. So the first run was the fastest and it gave me, I think it has 8 potential parts. Give me the one I needed. So just standard stuff. Yeah, happy with that. Well, yes and no. It's good because I don't have to farm it, but it's bad because that was one of the last bosses that I could actually enjoy farming. The others can't really be speedrun, I don't think. What's up, Raccoon? Well, I did one single run of Turago and we got Equinox, so I was expecting to be working on that for a while, but I guess not. Frames am I missing? Let's have a look. So I have to do Ureli. So K-Drive, Defection, Sanctuary Onslaught. I'm probably going to have to do that off stream because it's so awful. Infested salvage is apparently pretty quick. Oh, Grendel, will have to do one of those components today. Plains bounties are relatively painless. I think Mesa would be fine to farm on stream as well. I guess Zaku would be fine. I'm kind of looking at Mesa. So I've built a few keys, but I've only got a few, so I'm not sure how it's going to go. I don't know if there's any reason to bring any pet specifically. I guess the Panzer will save me once. I don't know if the Sentinels... I guess the Smeeta does it once anyway. This revives itself. Actually, if I don't care about damage, Sly one's probably more useful. Gives me evasion every now and then too. So it heals you. Gives you evasion when it dies. Wait, do they not revive you? Sacrifices itself to heal their master if they fall below. I thought they both did it, but I guess only this one does. My little lip balm tube is completely empty. So I'm going to cut it open and see if there's anything left that I can get to. My lips are super dry. Been like picking at them all day as well. They're all fucked up. Not ideal. It did work, however. Plenty in there that I couldn't get to. Random missions gave me nightmares. I didn't mind it the first time around, and I sort of had a expectation going back into it yesterday. But the Mesa, the Mirage bug I used last time made it so breezy, and now it is extremely slow. Definitely not the enjoyable experience I remembered. So I've got 12 keys and I need 3 parts. And I don't know how to get more keys, actually. I built all the ones that I could in my foundry. This tile set isn't any fun to go quick on either. I'm going down here? No.
Infestation has infiltrated his mind. It has him doing its bidding. You're here to stop him, but in doing so, you will
I'm so used to going down there.
the mercy of freedom from the infestation.
Why must you always
Oh.
work against the progress? Try to bring us out. Things would have been different if you tried to.
Oh. I don't know why he cycles so quickly. Maybe because he was primed, he puts it away quicker? I didn't think of that.
Giving you too much.
I'm not sure if I have rolling guard or not. I guess not.
Wipe them out.
Never find him when I need to. It's like I can waypoint him. I might have to put a mod on just to deal with the toxin. I could bring Hyros and go invisible, but I don't know if that'll prevent him from cycling. That's not what I wanted. Key blueprints are dropped from invasions? Really? That is not a good sign. Just gonna write this down. I do have to do 9 invasions, but the odds of that having the reward that I want is pretty minimal. Invasion. What does it tell you? That'll pay 3 field runs. Oh, on the left. So not what I need. Bang Prime heavy attack builds are pretty good. The animation for it is terrible. It's not the one where they spin and do like a double slice down the front, is it? I guess I got Prime Sure Footed at the moment. Yeah. So I don't actually need that. One headshot kill? Wasn't sure what arcanes there were for that. I don't really think that'll help too much, but we'll take it. I think the default Fang was one of my... or slash. Default Fang was one of my favourite weapons when I started. That was kind of my default melee for a very long time. I really like the regular Fang default skin. It's like really thin blades with like a like an ivory handle. Really like them. Really like them aesthetically. Not so much the primes though. Didn't quite work. I guess I was running Prime Sure Footed for the self prop. Did forget that was a thing. I'm pretty sure I can one-shot this guy. Maybe I was doing it on Chroma. That does ring a bell. I think you can also slash proc him. Oh damn, this tile. Haven't seen that one for a while. Well, this one. I don't recall how I used to get through those quickly.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Keys are also rewards in some Deimos missions, like the bounties. Remember you one-shotting him with Nezza? Do you remember what weapon I was using? Ridiculous amount of slash procs on him and he'd bleed out the second he came out of invulnerability. Yeah, I remember doing that too. I don't remember how I did it. Ace of Systems. So 2 runs, 2 parts. How long to get the last one? I don't really know what weapons are good for slash procs. The only one I think of immediately is the Barza, but I guess any sniper rifle with hunter munitions. I miss using this, I have to say. We'll do a run with that and see if that procs him or not. They've Prime. Take that as well. Next assimilate, then heavy attack with Redeemer or Stropher once vulnerable. That means I have to play Nyx. I like to use any excuse I can to play Speedy Nova. Although there is a invigoration that I can do to Nyx for parkour speed. Kinda interested to try that. What is this waypoint and how did I end up where I was? Sent me back to the door I just came from. I swear there was a quick way to get through this. I guess not, because this is all solid. He's procking him. Not with a lot of damage though. Oh damn, that was way quicker.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
I don't think I have any base damage on this weapon. It's probably one of those... Why am I locked here? One of those instances where this game's trying to piss me off. I can feel it. Having the ramping damage is not that great. Already had that one. Start writing times down, why not? 358. In-game timers are bugged. Yeah, I've noticed a few times. Most of the time it seems okay, but sometimes it gets very fucked up. I've done 3-minute missions where it said I've been in there for 30 and vice versa.
The VIP that we're hunting is here.
It's not where I remember it being. I guess I came into this tile from the other side last time.
Sick.
Yeah, that's what confused me.
Infiltrated his mind. It has him doing its bidding. You're here to stop him, but in doing so, you will also be showing him mercy. The mercy of freeing him from the infestation.
Do you see this car? This car lets you see ice. It will let you want what why must you always I'm trying to bring something. Things different. Try to. You have one. I will show you the
I
magic.
think I used to do this with the Tigress. Tigress and Chroma.
There I go.
I haven't even used the Tigress since coming back.
Too much.
Time to go to work.
I guess the stacks made a huge difference. Ow. Guess I'll try a different frame. I don't want to try the Tigress though. See if it's still usable or not.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
What is this waypoint? Yeah, I hate portaling on this tile set. No good at it. Wasn't sure if going to the right would be quicker there, but I guess it is.
Assassination contract complete. Great work, Deno.
Supposed to be a speedrun? Not really. Just like playing it. Mesa chassis, that's all I needed. Now I'm just trying to farm all the parts for the helmet. Adds the time between missions to the final time. That would make sense. Based on the irregularities I ran into. So we got Argon, so I can build this this frame. Take care of the list. Should probably go and do some RS before I forget about it. I'd like to take the Bratton to like a higher level, or maybe if I do a Steel Path alert later, take the Bratton there and see how that performs. Okay. Yeah. Actually, didn't look my rep. I don't think I'm near cap though.
Their rage is vehement, their focus.
Come on, game. No good.
Is impressive. Give them all warriors back.
My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Looks like my keyboard is not responding very well. And having to hit every button twice. Got our runners. I don't really know this tile. I don't remember a tile having this level of verticality. Kind of cool, actually. These guys are actually running down to my level. Maybe this way. Really, game? Really gonna do that to me? Second I jump out over the pit, drops a bomb on me. There we go. Thought I still had my scanner equipped, but apparently not. Just alert everyone for no reason. Looks like the back half is still good. God, I destroyed the range on this build. Now we wait. I think you need about 50 scans total. There was a time where I would go and do all the Samara specific targets. Did these guys spawn, or did I just miss them? But I'm glad I don't do that anymore. Till Nightwave makes me anyway. Didn't realize Eclipse was refreshable. Also, I knew that at some point, but does Eclipse make scanning faster? It does, as long as you're in daylight. And interestingly, if I so with Avara, obviously you can prowl forever. If I go up top, go into prowl, that snapshots my light status, so then casting Eclipse, even if I'm in a dark place, will always give me power strength, or vice versa. So it's interesting that subsumed frame has more power over the ability than the frame it originally came from. It is based on strength, so I think I tried it with just 40%. It was basically the same. I think I've got like 150 on this build, which is specific for farming this. I've been doing it every day for a few weeks, and I'm probably going to have to do it every day for at least a month longer before I have everything. think I need at least 1 million more rep. Well, I haven't counted, but I think it's about that. This is a very nice quality of life addition. Being able to scan these guys as they run instead of waiting for them all at the end. That makes it a lot quicker. You have less trouble with them getting alerted from bodies and stuff. I always have to... Used to have to use the Arcoplasmor because it would delete bodies when you kill people with it. Or like channeling with a melee. Just spawn back here now. But now the glaive does all the work. Me and one of my clanmates started Samaras Farm on their first announced Helminth, way before the price decrease. Price decrease, I'm not sure what that is. I'm just doing Samaras because I need to buy all the blueprints for Helminth and a bunch of weapons. Need anything from there. The resource cost? Right, to subhuman stuff. That makes sense. Halve the standing price of frame blueprints? Some of them are 50, I think some of them were still 100. I don't remember seeing them at 200k. What's up, Cloud? Just look at my list. Did I ever build the sun pets? No, I needed the fast residue. And every time I start streaming... Well, fast in 13 minutes. So does that mean it's got what I want right now? Hang on. People complain about Samara stuff being too expensive. I mean, it's still very expensive. It's in Vohm now. And it's the opposite residue on the ground, right? So that's what we want. I don't think the Smeater works while you're in Darkwind, right? So I don't know if there's an easy way to find these things. Or how many spawn, actually. Doesn't affect the residue? Really? Seems weird. I think that's the cave yelling at me. I was kind of keeping an ear out in case there's any of the other animals that I haven't collected. That's the Pobba variant, whatever they're called. But there's one animal here that I've only seen one of, I think. Weird goblin looking thing. Quite round. Cryptolex? Maybe. I have no idea what it was called. I don't know how much of this I need. The song is fucking awful. Do another run or two. I don't think I need that much, but I don't want to run into this problem again, so... Super common now because of Nexophorus? I don't know what that is either. I haven't actually gone like hunting for them. I'm just talking about the guys that I've stumbled across while flying around or doing bounties or whatever. I'm sure I could bait them out easily enough. Six more without resetting the phase by starting an isovolt bounty? No. How many am I getting here? So 50% more. How does that work?
You are here to assist. Much has been hidden from us on Deimos. The old ruins.
First step 4 spawns. True.
contain the deepest and darkest secrets. Find a way to get inside.
The infestation is strong.
It didn't really register that I would get to keep this if I didn't then go and put it in the mixer.
Take what you have gathered and place
So then it despawns the rest, I guess. That's interesting. It's probably more than enough. I think I only needed like 10 or 12. And have a look. So I think I needed 3 of these. Get what the other one was called. Mon at Chod. Yeah, it's right there. So I need 2 of those, and then I need Desis. 1 of these. And Fija. That didn't do what I thought it would do. Got 1 more building. Same for this, and then we can go and make a pet. So I have something leveling in the companion slot. I don't really think I'll ever use these dogs, but gotta get them. So Paroa and Medjay.
Poor Kaylee thinks this family may yet have a future. As you wish.
Shit, I was supposed to take the Dessus thing. What? I think I'm being dumb. I'm reading my list backwards, never mind.
Congratulations, Terra. See you around.
So that's one down, that's Paroa. Let's cross him off. So I'm going to build two. Didn't really get long to look, but I kind of liked the ears. Let's go back to the ship and max those out. I really don't like the tail spiny thing. The ears remind me of the Star Wars characters. I don't know what they're called, but like the girls with the... I don't want to call them tentacles, I don't even know what they are. Big weird horns. Release a cloud of spores that persists for 6 seconds, increasing toxin damage by 100%. Transmit an endo-parasite to an enemy within 30 meters. Tentacles spawn from it, clinging to enemies within 5 meters, slowing them as they move further from the parasite and dealing 20 viral damage per second over 5 seconds. What? Guess we want that first. Got a D. Eidolon, fetch. I guess we'll throw the health one on. So if I ever need to make use of it, I've actually got it. I was looking for a mod that only goes on the Sentinels. Ooh. I really don't like the color choices we have. So everything looks kind of bizarre and grotesque. Wow, that's striking. Green is the only one that looks even semi-realistic, I think. Ephemera? I don't think any pet I have has that equipped, so we'll throw it on there, why not? Enough. So I guess I'm probably going to go and do some bounties. I think I have to do bounties for Nightwave as well. Could go and do a sister, don't really want to do that at the moment. Looking more in the mindset for bounties. Four Orokin Vaults, so it's not a bounty. It's fine. So which ones do I actually have to do? So there is Deimos ones, and there's... So I only need the blueprint itself from the planes for Revenant. I think I'm probably going to do that. Go ahead and take our leveling setup. I haven't used the spirits at all yet. Okay. Curious to actually shoot that. Must have a parkour mod on because I feel very quick. Set it to public, see if we can get carried.
You pay me in red, I pay you in silver.
So Gara chassis, systems, Revenant systems, Gara in your optics. Revenant chassis, Revenant in your optics, Revenant in your optics. Right. Just double check I'm not wrong about where this comes from. Main blueprint is awarded upon, yeah. That's what I thought. I don't know why I've got it listed as from here. Yeah, because it's not in the drop tables here.
You up in your... See you again, eh? Tinno? Job board's filling.
I reckon maybe I've already bought it.
Help Kanzu clear the slate, eh?
I guess I wrote that down thinking that I needed one of his components, not the actual blueprint. Invisible. Revenant systems I don't have. Ah, I see. I'm just dumb and can't read my own notes. What's up, Pixel? So I did buy the blueprint, and I forgot to take that off the list, and I was reading it as if that still came from there. No, I need the systems. So stage 2, 3, and 4 are level 20 to 40 planes. Bounties.
Hey, Black! Did your mother jump? Come back soon!
What was he saying? Did your mother do what?
Got something. Heavy hitter like you needs a little snack, yeah?
So Revenant Systems comes from there. It's the chassis, that's the neuroptic, and that's the neuroptic. So it's only this one we can do.
Righty-o, see you soon. Plains living is tough living. Granier are finding that out the hard way. Let's make them find out a little faster. Cut off their supplies.
To Faker? You could see the moonlight loading in there. Went from pitch black to midday. This used to work. I can actually remember what these things look like. Maybe I wasn't in Arkwing. Certainly was a method to that. I seem to have forgotten it. Attacked by mozzies too. I don't remember if these can spawn underground. I don't remember if I can get underground here. I used to know this place like the back of my hand. It's so bizarre coming back and just knowing nothing. Surely they're not up here. Sniper nest, top of the weird rock? I mean this thing? One's outside the circle. Circle shrinks too. Here we go. Yeah, I guess sometimes it just doesn't glow. Won't rely on that anymore then. I don't mind the sound effect. I always really like the sound of the Lex as well. It's Lion Roar edition. I don't think these count. Never mind. Sound effect is like a fridge. You got a weird fridge, my friend. I hate to tell you. Do you think a Warframe movie would ever get made? I mean, I don't see why not. I don't really see it as being on their radar, though. They went pretty hard on the animations for, like, at the start of the game. I could see them doing that. Well, I guess they wouldn't do it, they'd hire someone else to do it. I don't think it would be that good, though. I mean, I guess if you went super lore heavy, you'd probably make it decent. I don't know how much action that would involve. If they made it, I'd probably watch it. The whole timeline, old war movie be sick. I think if they did it right, it could be pretty good. I don't really know how well it would translate though. I guess I'm not a very good judge. I don't really watch that many movies. Good to see the UI's bugged here. The authentic Plains experience. Didn't they dumb down the enemies here too? I remember them being they're definitely harder than any other Grenier, and then I think the community had a shit fit and they got nerfed. What graphics card? Yeah, 3080. Turn-up flux rifle is so good. I have been enjoying it as far as automatic weapons go. It's weird that it's not a beam anymore, but it's still quite powerful. I think I'm running corrosive. I meant to put viral on it. Corrosive magnetic for... I was using it against Corpus, but even that's not really ideal. I have a 3070 and the game looks like shit. I don't think I'm on maxed everything. I think a lot of stuff's on high, but I've got articles on medium. I think a few other things as well. I've also got a bunch of settings adjusted on my monitor, so what I'm seeing is probably not the same as what you're seeing. Is it just the building itself making noise? No. I thought there must have been a thumper around somewhere. Wasn't sure how well this would perform. What? All that for nothing. I don't even know why that failed. I didn't get any warnings or anything. I thought my timer was still fine. How to play a game, indeed. Oh, I'll kill this thing and go again. I'm too committed now. Good advice there, thank you. Oh. First PC had Intel graphics. Sound crazy, but it looks visually better. I'm not very techy, so I can't really tell you. I built my first few PCs, and then this one I ordered through a site that would, you know, I could choose all the components and they would build it for me. And it would come pre-stress tested and have all the software and shit installed already. First time doing that, and I gotta say it was quite convenient. I knew I couldn't fuck up and order parts that weren't compatible because it was... the website did it all. How do I... There we go. Pretty decent affinity. For a failed bounty anyway. Come on. Guarantee that guy was just running the whole way.
I give you coordinates, Jola. You pay me in red. I pay you in silver.
Systems, right? Yeah.
Get anyone to take that off.
Let's try that again, and I guess this time I won't get distracted.
Mage living is tough living. Granier finding that
Ask
out
Linus
hard.
Tech Tips Forum to fish my build for me. That's one way to do it.
Kanzu is right. Granier will never be allowed to live comfortably.
I've watched a bit of Linus, I think
Let's make this
mostly only through Gavin Free though.
emergency Granier
There was some
crashes.
controversy with him and Thunderfoot because he... Linus, that is. Because he supported some, like, basically Kickstarter technology that he should have known better. It's like complete bullshit. Some good old YouTube drama for a while there. Not even killing things. Do these caches show up on my map? I guess they do. So I don't rely on the scanner anymore. Just gotta listen for them. Don't need to leave the plains. Start a bounty from the tents. Yes, he just has all the tiers. Alright, I'll try that.
Without supplies, the green file has fallen into disarray. Target spotted. Strike fast and take out.
I don't really understand all the like all the different mothers in Deimos and all the different bounty givers out here. They're all different for some reason. I can never remember which one's which. So I typically just avoid them. I'm not gonna leave this circle. Okay, I guess I am. Just don't want to abandon the mission again somehow.
More Grenier are nearby. Get over there and take them out.
You have maps for those? Yeah, I don't really know how.
Located another massive
Actually, I don't know what I was going to say to that. In the maps, I think I've used fishing. I had them all for fishing, all in my Discord. I wonder if I still do. All the different nodes, all the different hotspots. Resources by fish.
the detachment will soon recover from that strike.
I mean, there it is. I'm having pretty good luck on drops today. Guess we'll finish it so I don't screw my squad over, but that's all I needed. Yeah, what else is shooting over here? I think I didn't want to get involved. I think there's a secret with this. You can turn it off somehow. Maybe there's a courier down there? Maybe not while the bounty's active? I think you shoot it with a mounted turret, actually. Not that I can apparently find one. Yeah, but that was one that got blown up. Yeah. Irrelevant, I've already got them all.
Force them out of their camp. You've reached the location. Clear out any nearby hostiles.
I don't think I have any mods for abilities yet. Still does alright. Although I guess I need a stat stick if I'm going to get serious about that. Should be pretty easy to level Atlas because of his 1 though. I'll actually put some mods on. Out of range? Are you serious?
Incoming assault. Don't let them retake this territory.
Have you done the Grendel missions? I've done 1 of 3. I have to do 2 more still. Other Konzu tent locations of different rotations of the last bounty that you've completed. Locations have the exact same ones, right? It's just something that I would never put in the time to remember. I'll probably do 1 Grendel mission today. It's actually bizarre how different my remembered experience was compared to how redoing it actually was. I remember having a lot of fun doing those missions. All solo, all unmodded. I go back yesterday and it was such a slog. The slowest glaive in the world. Relying on slash sticks to kill anything. It seems like you had basically free life support. So I felt like there was never really any risk of losing. I guess I could have been more enthusiastic back then too. That could have been it. I don't really know how I'm going to do the defense. I guess if it's a operative, then really you just need to be able to heal, and then it's just a war of attrition. I think it is an operative. And people are saying that they were just letting the excavators fail to get that done. I kind of want to try Frost with Dispensary and see how usable that is, how workable. Done here. So I'm using up all my good luck on the loot drops from all the frames that are easy to farm. So when I actually get around to doing Nidus and Harrow and whatnot, it's going to come back to bite me. And there. I really want to do the Deimos bounties. Deimos bounties with the spawn rate is so awful. It's kind of funny how bad it is. So Zaku is from Deimos. Boss, Disruption, Grendel. Nidus is the Infested salvage, which I need 2 parts. Rotation C. I'm kind of curious to try that because someone said it could be done pretty quickly. Steel Path Demos bounties are pretty fun. The problem I ran into with them, well, again, the spawn rate. I think the spawn rate's better, but it's still not great. This will take... I don't know if I can level there or not. Maybe. Kind of wanted to take Nova and I guess Nova and the Ignis. I'll do a test run with this. I completely spaced on what I was saying. Yeah, I just felt I had to rely on slash procs to kill all the heavy guys. Yeah, we'll take this. Infested. Corpus Corrupted probably... Corrosive Brain, please. Probably better, but I don't think it'll matter for this level. I don't know if the speeder actually helps, now that I think about it. I ran those 24/7 for a good 2 weeks when it launched. I was doing it for the mother tokens, but that was it. Atlas Prime is pretty cheap. Should have gotten the Prime, but it's okay. I do have the Prime. Not sure what you mean. So notice this rotation C, Infested salvage on Austrius errors. I would be amazed if there was anyone here doing this. I think I've done the 1k fish as well. There's only like 13 of them, right? As long as you get the triangular map on salvage, it is good.
This desolate Corpus research vessel conceals a rich cache of supplies. To locate them, I will reconstruct the ship's corrupted shipping manifests.
This looks triangular, right?
There's pox everywhere on this planet. Do you see any uprising
I need 3 of them, and then use this, right? I don't know if you actually need to have 3 up or not. I was only putting 1 in at a time. Is that what I'm doing? Hey. I thought if I held 3 it would put all 3 in immediately, but it doesn't. So basically you just want to keep going in a rotation, feeding them in whenever you can. This map, yeah. The other one's the one with the... I think I was doing it... I don't know why I was doing it, but I feel like I was doing it yesterday. Maybe the day before. It's like a big infested crater. Weird elevation between them all. So I guess I have to do this 4 times to hit rotation C. Gonna be the most engaging of grinds. All 3 up speeds up the time, yeah. Does Necros make more of these drop?
I want to attempt to reconstruct another manifest.
Guess it doesn't matter, we're getting plenty.
Here we
I don't-
go again. Get those vaporizers working.
They were just despawned between rounds. So if I hit my 4 and it's expanding and an enemy spawns inside of it, they still get primed, right? So as long as my ability is active, anything within the dome is primed. I don't think so. I don't get over how good the Tenet Agendus is. The special effects. You reminded me, I actually have to go back and see if he's rotated to elements that I want. So I don't have any of those yet. I mean, I bought one, but it was a bad decision, so I deleted it. Other map is the top place to farm nanospores. I've never farmed nanospores in my warframe career. %5 electric. I want magnetic or radiation. I don't really care which at this point. So I guess I should have brought... Well, the stuff I have to level isn't AoE. I guess Atlas is. Yeah, I should bring Atlas instead.
Get ready. We're going to reconstruct another manifest.
Because getting higher % harder than the correct element type. Yeah, well, I don't really care about the %, so I just want the element. There's not a chance I'm going to be taking them all to 60%. It's already mentally draining enough just to get them all. They can be fused anyway. Oh. I'm getting them all for mastery, not because I actually want them. I guess if I really liked one, I could go back and 60 it. I guess I could see myself doing the Brahma. I don't really think the percentage makes enough of a difference to be worth the mental exhaustion required to get another copy. They're raising how much we get on the 8th for the holo key. From what to what? I already got all the holo keys I needed. Pretty common, I'll do a grind the hard way and then D will come in and make it easier for everyone else. Happens all the time. From 6 to 10, rest is +1. Oh. Wasn't paying attention. Every sister will guarantee drop 1. We need like 140 total, right? I'm not going to be doing 140 sisters ever. Still something, yeah, I guess. Can't complain about that. Yeah, I guess they didn't despawn. So we've gone... I guess we'll just do the 20 waves and then we'll abandon. Or leave, rather. And I'll look at Atlas's build, get some range on him, and then bring him into level. 2 birds with 1 stone. Some sister backup. Which 10 from 6 is really nice. I still want to speedrun Railjack. Keep saying it, but I haven't really put much time into it yet. Why was that red? I mean, I guess it just ran out. On the map, it didn't have a red icon, but maybe it did, and I was just dumb. I think I'm not really doing my cycle very well. I swear I spend half my playtime looking at the minimap. Pretty much every game mode. I'm actually curious what the percentage would be. It's like checking your mirrors when you're driving, like obsessively. Now that I've said it, I'm doing it even more. I can't not do it. That was D, right? C, rather. Great. 300 endo. Really neat trick I saw on Reddit the other day, using Protea to speedrun the Grenier missile base mission in Railjack. Saw that not that useful. If you have pilot crew, they shoot the exterior for you. The pilot isn't very reliable, I found. Often they just won't do it. I'm just going to watch this clip. What in the world? Hang on. I skipped past the text, now I can't find it again. Interesting. I'll have to try that. Keep that tab open for later. Prettiest when you have no friends. It's all the time. I mean stat-wise? No, I mean AI-wise. Very often I'll find them not shooting the radiators, and then I'll walk back to the ship, and the second I go near the pilot, she's sitting there staring at it. The second I go near her, she shoots it. It happened very reliably. It was very unreliable in a very reliable sense. I'd always go back to the ship and he would shoot it. Sometimes he does both, sometimes he does one, but it's not very reliable. That's what I found about a week ago anyway, because I really liked the pilots for that reason, but I hadn't found a way to make it reliable. I was going into the tactical menu and telling him to get off, like turning him to a defender, and back on. And that seems to work sometimes, but again, not super reliable. Just awkward. I do want radar. Guess I can put it in here. Do we need all of that? I think I need continuity. I guess I want efficiency, right? I don't know what duration does to this. The combo window, right? So I don't want to completely tank it. That'll probably be fine. That's not what I wanted. I don't think condition overload works. So toxin, electric. Ah. Try this. I didn't put radar on, did I? Wow, you lose a lot. Probably won't matter too much. Let's try that. Atlas stat stick? Yeah, for his one, right? There it is. I think I have a set build on the Maya, but because I have the heat dagger to level, might as well just bring it along.
This desolate corpus research vessel conceals a rich cache of supplies. To locate them, I will reconstruct the ship's corrupted shipping manifests. These consoles have been compromised by a fast-growing infested pox. Use the vaporizers to kill the pox and access something immediately. Limit your contact. Multiple biosignatures detected. You are infested encountered.
Still kills the disruptors. Wish I could turn off the sound effect your abilities make when you can't actually use it. Because I spam the shit out of things like his one. And I don't really need to be reminded on every press that there is no valid target. So I hope you guys like the sound of it. Stream of Luck, the good map again. Well, hopefully that carries over to my drops. I need 2 parts and they both drop from rotation C. My last run I got 300 endo, which is probably one of the least valuable resources to me out of everything. I guess I've still got enough radar on my pet. So not having the aura doesn't really matter. I'm just used to stacking it. What's up, Neo? Trying to grind out. Which frame is it even for? Completely spaced on what frame I'm actually farming. 2 components come from here. I guess it's Nidus, right? I don't know if I'm Nidus for Helminth. I think each part has like an 11% drop. You have to go all the way to rotation C. I remember bitching about this farm when it first came out. I don't know if they ever made it easier. I'm not sure what that green drop just was. I think used to be able to get anti-serum injectors from here. Is that what it is? It is, yeah. I don't even remember what that's for. Is that a raid mechanic? I haven't thought about that in a very long time. I guess it would have been for Jordis. I only did that raid once, so I don't really remember in what state we used it. If humans have memes, then aliens also have memes? I mean, not necessarily. You could develop life without a sense of humor, right? Just look at the Karens. If they did have them, I'd be happy to review them. I forget what planet it is. Maybe it's just one of the moons in our solar system, but it's basically an ocean, right? It's like a frozen ocean. And that terrifies me because the ocean on this planet is scary, full of such bizarre life. You know, what kind of weird things would you find in an alien ocean on a planet that is just water, like frozen beneath a kilometer of ice? What the hell's living in there? Something about that concept freaks me out. I'm sure if aliens exist, some sort of emotionless society exists. I think it's crazy to think that they don't exist. Space is just too big. Network not responding. Do not crash me. Farming Nidus, yep. Trying to at least. Maybe it seems fine. Yeah. Farming another one, yeah. Do you play chess, Plasma? On chess.com? Not on chess.com, alright. I played someone with a name very similar to yours yesterday. I know how to play, but I'm not very good. Fair. That's the majority of people, so don't feel too bad. I'm having a family gathering on Sunday, so I'm going down to see my parents and stuff. And my mum recently found out that I play a fair bit of chess in my own time, because we were talking about it when we went hiking a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to have the whole family there, and I know they own a board. And I know that I'm going to be playing chess for probably that whole gathering, because everyone's going to want a shot at me. I have no idea if any of them are any good. That could be interesting. I think the premise is a barbecue, so going for a barbecue. I don't know if it's at home. At their home, rather. A barbecue and chess with the family. Sounds like a good weekend. You want to make an account and play without learning? I mean, lots of people do that too. There are plenty of people rated at like 100, which is... I don't even understand how anyone can have such a poor grasp of chess to be rated 100, but there are people that are. It's kind of... it's amazing watching them play, actually. It's so weird. There's a guy on YouTube, or a channel on YouTube called Gotham Chess, and he does like reviews of like weird games, Grandmasters or low elo or whatever. And he's very charismatic and has very, I guess, boisterous reactions. Makes for some interesting content for sure. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend. I have to change this song. Well, it's not the song, it's the game. I think it's because my vitals have failed. I'm just like hearing this deathly whispering in my ear. I thought I had some like random German music on. German death metal or something. But really it's just pop or whatever I'm listening to, I don't even know. Imagine Dragons combined with satanic whispering. I know some standard openings and mid-game, but late game is just suffering. I also think that's the general consensus. Most people don't like the slow grinding endgames. I feel like if you know the name of, or maybe not the name, but if you know the first like 3 moves of any opening, you're in the top like 10% of people that have ever played chess, because most people do not know. Shrimp on the Barbie, indeed. Been a while since I've had one, actually. A Barbie, that is. Reading the Chemicals, yeah. Good song. It kind of has a lot of nostalgia for, not really my childhood, but when I was younger. Sub 20. I guess just after I turned 20 is when I met my partner. She got me into a lot of that music. For Christ's sake, it's prawns. Aren't prawns and shrimp different things? Extract, right? No, just systems. Is that what I needed? I'm not sure. Yes, that is one of the things I needed. Excellent. I still need the chassis. Another meme. My brother tried teaching me chess, but I couldn't grasp it. I guess I'm not inclined to that kind of thinking. Well, how much effort did you put in? Like, how long did he spend trying to teach you, is what I mean. They are the same thing? There you go. I don't know much about food. Is that what I'm doing? I guess I wanted to just double check that I need the chassis. Yeah. Alright, back in we go. Played most evenings when I was a kid for a couple of weeks. Well, fair. It's not for everyone. I found that I don't really know enough to tell you exactly what rating people start, but I feel like the majority of people start rated between 0 and 800. Or I guess 1 and 800. Some variant. When I first started, I was about 600. Took me... I sort of ground my way to 800, just watching some YouTube videos, not any openings or anything, or any tactics, but just things like the Queen's Gambit and then Gotham Chess. So I got a bit of an idea of how everything worked. Ooh. And then I was stuck on 800. I couldn't get above 900 for like 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks, let's say. And then I had some kind of breakthrough. And I jumped up to, I think, 1100 over the course of another week. And I got stuck there for another 2 or 3 weeks. Jumped up to 1300. Stuck there for another 2 weeks. And then jumped up to 1500. And that's where I'm stuck now. I have been stuck there for about 2 months, so actually I have to do stuff, I forgot. So I'm not really sure how much of that was like natural talent versus good learning. So now I've got a chess tutor that I see once a week because I feel like I've come to the limit of my own abilities and I need a outside influence to push me in the right direction. But I'm probably going to bump that up to twice a week, so 2 hours a week with him, and he gives me a bunch of homework and like puzzles on specific concepts and also like tactical motifs and weird combinations of tactics and stuff. We also do compositions where it's a position that was never actually had in a game, but it was just created on the board. Like he gave me one a few weeks ago where basically every single move you could make was checkmate, and you had to find the one move you could make that wasn't. That's kind of an interesting, I guess, concept. It's really weird. First time doing that where you're like actively looking for an awful move. There are so many good moves that you just can't take. The first move couldn't be a check or a capture, and there were so many of both available. It was quite frustrating having to look for subpar moves, but makes sense training things like that. Food? How dare you, they're living beings? My bad. I guess that's an interesting thing too. I've never... Am I just killing here? No. Thought we were done, but we're not. I've never really thought about those animals outside of food. Though when we were young, we went camping and we would put down yabby nets. I think they're a different animal, right? Yeah, they definitely are. I never ate them, but the parents did. I guess whoever else we were camping with. We used to take the... We used to have a bunch of yabby nets that we'd go out and throw, and then we'd check them every like 6 hours or something. And of course we were fishing in the same... Not pool, but I guess... Pond? Lake? Probably lake is the word. That we're all swimming in as well. Never really wanted to let your feet touch the ground for that reason. Well, that's bringing back a lot of old memories. We never set the rope swing up, but there was always a rope swing hanging from a tree that you could go right out into the middle on. Used to go camping with all my cousins. There's probably 20 of us at the park at any one time. That's probably maybe 16-ish. The height of all that. I think now I've seen too many horror movies to want to go camping anymore. Watch too many creepy stories on YouTube. There's a creator called Mr. Ballon, I'm not sure how to pronounce, but he does a lot of that stuff, hiking and camping. I guess swimming are probably his main three. All the comments on all of his videos are just people developing existential dreads of all these kind of generic activities. So camping, hiking... What else is there? They're the main two that come to mind. Good channel though. A Jabby? A Yabby. Starting with a Y. They basically look the same as... I'm confusing all the animals in my mind now. They're a crustacean, a very tiny lobster. Been camping half my life. For the first half of my life, yeah, me too. Okay, that didn't completely turn off the voices like I was hoping it would. I feel like I'm going insane listening to that. Just whisper in my ear the whole time. You guys are hearing that, right? I'm not actually insane. The game is making creepy noises. There's not someone behind me. Camping? We invented houses to avoid that? Game is making noises. Alright. Not sure how loud it is for you, but it is quite loud for me. Kind of reminds me of Doom, actually, like the ambient voices in the soundtracks. Maybe it's the quests I'm thinking of. Infestation invading stuff? Yeah. It's certainly adding to the grind. Much more mentally draining having to listen to that. Usually have my game audio turned down. Well, I was considering it, but I don't want to just have a completely muted stream. Seems kind of weird. Just the way many others are too. Not really alone in the wilderness. Yeah. I would usually go to... I mean, I guess they're dedicated camping areas. Like, what's a forest? Kaipo Forest? One of them. So it was known for camping, and there's usually people there. I like the idea of going out hiking in the wild, but all those stories definitely freak me out. I usually run at night, so most of my runs, well, I guess now they're not, but most of my run time has been between like 12 and 3 AM for sure. Find some funny people out on the streets at those times.
We're going to reconstruct another manifest.
I went running along a river that sort of goes through the middle of our city, and it was maybe a 15k run, so I was going pretty far. You know, I wasn't really in the city anymore, kind of on the outskirts, doing a big lap. And you get to a point where all of a sudden you sort of go around the corner of this river and you're basically behind a zoo. Oh shit, I gotta do this. But it goes from being this big, well-lit, I guess, path that I'm running on, like a bike path, to just walls of reeds on one side, a massive concrete wall on the other side from the zoo. And I guess there's something about being in that little valley that there's no sound anymore. So you go from feeling completely fine to like 30 seconds later, you know, being quite scared. It's kind of bizarre. I can't really paint the experience with words, I don't think. I turned around real quick, and I have never gone back there since. Very, like, eerie, uncanny valley kind of vibes going on. Immersive, yeah. What happened to your fists? It's my form of self-harm. Punch it when my depression gets particularly bad. Hasn't been so bad lately, I've only very minor damage at the moment. I'll show you after this. Used to be a bigger problem, I think. I used to have like I guess I'm living in an apartment now, so I used to just wail on the walls and the retaining walls of my old place. But now if I do that, the whole building will hear me, so I can't really get away with that. So now I've basically got a bucket of gravel next to me. Can't really describe how it helps. The only analogy I've ever been able to come up with is specific to a book called the... What's it called? It's by Brent Weeks, and it's called The Blood Mirror, or The Blinding Light, where they do like drafting with colors. I guess magic related to colors. I don't know if any of you have read that series, but in it you sort of pull energy into your body, and if you ever touch obsidian, it basically just sucks that energy out of your body without your consent. It's basically the same thing that pain does to my fury. Why not a punching bag? It doesn't work. I've got one in the corner. Custom made one because I kept breaking all my old ones. But I think there's something about the pain and there's something about actually causing damage. It's not enough to... The bag I've got is full of sand. The old ones I used to have hanging, and I had to have it strapped to the floor, and I'd always tear the bottoms of the bag out. But the one I got is custom made. It's like 6.5 feet tall. It's got like a sand core in the middle and then packed rags in the side. Over time, it's like sunk down and got like particularly dense. It's really good for strengthening my shins. Probably gone soft now though. Haven't been fighting for a while. What did I get from that? I didn't even look. Nothing great. I just got back, so that's what the scars are from? Yeah. They're not too bad at the moment. Back when I had my old method, too afraid to ask. My old method, I used to have... So basically from this section, I can't see my fucking camera. So all across those 4 would be no skin at all. So from both knuckles and all the skin in between, there would be nothing. I used to have to wear gloves if I ever went out in public, because obviously that makes people uncomfortable. I think of all the methods of self-harm, that's probably one of the least actually damaging. It's more aesthetic than anything. Yeah, not really great, but... The physical pain is a lot easier to deal with than the mental anguish if you don't do anything about it, so it's the lesser of two evils. Yeah, not really proud of it, but not ashamed of it either. I think early in life I was a bit ashamed of depression, but yeah, you learn to accept yourself the way you are. Just do the best you can. I think that's probably just an age and maturity thing. Everyone has their way of coping, exactly. Well, I had a squad mate. I must say it is peculiar how seemingly open you speak of it. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed, so why not? I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with self-harm, just... Don't endanger yourself, you know? Pick something that's not really gonna impact you too bad. I've done a lot of other things. I tried cutting for a while, and that did work, but it's not really the same. They're two very different kinds of pain, I guess, and the cutting didn't really scratch the... I don't want to say scratch the itch, but it didn't really handle... Didn't really give me what I needed, I guess. I know a girl that she basically puts her joints in a vice and tries to not break her bones, but like getting things pretty close. I don't know if she's ever tried to actually do it or not, but that's the kind of self-harm that I couldn't really condone that. I don't think she's ever caused serious problems, but maybe later in life that could lead to something. My way of coping is through food, which is not great, quite destructive on a longer time scale. I struggle with that a bit as well. I've got a bit of fat on me at the moment. I've sort of gone through a few phases. There was a time where I was quite bulky. I wouldn't say shredded, but, you know, fairly big, muscular-wise. And then I went through a phase where I basically lost all of that and then got fat. And now I'm sort of... I'm not fat, but I've got fat on me where I am at the moment. I'm trying to work that down, but you sort of go through stages of... You know, you're trying to improve yourself, but then nothing really matters. But if nothing matters, then, you know, I guess I can just eat everything that I want. I'm not really vocalizing that concept very well, but I sort of swing back and forth between being very motivated and not motivated at all, because I don't really care about anything. I'm very apathetic. So, you know, do I really care about getting fit, or should I just not give a fuck at all and instead satisfy my body's, like, base urges all the time? Sort of fluctuate between those two. Yeah, I guess I have very little willpower when it comes to food, if the depression kicks in any way. I still run every day. I still deadlift and bench press once a week. So, you know, I still keep my body functional, just not necessarily shredded. A type of nihilism, for sure. Very nihilistic, very apathetic. The depression leads to fury. And I guess boredom, and then hunger, maybe not hunger, but like cravings sort of jumps into that mix, and then you just get this like negative feedback loop, where if you're bored you want to eat, and then if you eat you get depressed, and if you're depressed, you know, you don't do anything, you get bored again, you get hungry again, eat because you're depressed, start self-harming so you're in pain, and then that makes you want to eat for comfort. You just can't really win. It's really quite hard to describe. It's very nuanced. I think you get the gist. Should consider investing in a punching bag to get out some of the emotions. Definitely try it. I'm all for trying it. I've been trying you know, therapy and medication for 15 plus years. All kinds of psychologists, psychiatrists. I'm trying out hypnotherapy next month. I've been on maybe, I think 6 serious antidepressants. I've been on one antipsychotic. I've tried a bunch of other things like for OCD and anxiety and stuff. But I have treatment-resistant major depression, so it's not really a chemical imbalance in my brain. It's a... we had like a breakthrough a while ago. What's it called? Shit, I'm forgetting the term and it's annoying me. So it's a psychological disorder. So instead of having a chemical imbalance, it's basically a prison that I've created for myself in my own brain that I have lived for so long that it's now how the subconscious operates, and I can't really influence it. So that creates its own, you know, host of problems. So getting on any kind of antidepressant, it seems to help at first, but then it sort of wears off pretty quickly. It's been my experience with all medication. Hypnotherapy is an official thing. Yeah, you can do it through a lot of licensed psychologists would do hypnotherapy as a side thing, but there are a lot of places that I can go to in Adelaide that have hypnotherapy offered as a service, and a bunch of them are just dedicated to hypnotherapy. So, do you have any diagnosis? I got diagnosed with ADD and high function autism, 26. I know a lot of people with high-functioning autism and just autism in general, actually. But yeah, I've been diagnosed twice by psychiatrists as major depression, and I've also been diagnosed with dysthymia, which is like a... It's kind of similar, but you can have panic attacks and stuff. And then treatment resistant comes from, you know, trying for so long with very mediocre results. But I guess there's minor depression. I haven't really thought about that. Regular depression, I'm not sure. Whatever strain I have is major. I feel like I'm getting a lot less of these things at the moment. They are max rank. How well can I kill with my other stuff? Not very well. Get some melee affinity, it looks like. I'm lucky to have a fast metabolism, can eat pizza and candy every day without adding weight. Yeah, I mean that's lucky for sure. Alright. Using the dagger is not great, I will say. I'm just gonna stick with Atlas and we'll polarize him when I get out of here. I can't really talk and maintain all three of these things at once. Get distracted. Both a chemical and psychological issue. Antidepressants keep my mood somewhat stable, and my mind has locked me in a jailed state. Yep, very relatable. There's a big breakthrough for me when the psychologist came up with the idea of it being a psychological issue. But we couldn't. That doesn't really help lead to any other treatment. We just do more behavioral therapy and stuff. But that's had pretty limited effect as well. So. Mental handicap is not the cause of my depression, but it certainly helps to make it worse. I feel like depression's a really rough one to have because literally any other little thing you've got going on or anything you're not happy with in your life can just compound upon it, like so quickly and so easily. And then it would just... Negative feedback loop. I feel like I've said that a lot, but like it's so easy to trigger those and just get shit going. Like depression is particularly susceptible to that. I guess anxiety as well. My partner has anxiety to a similar level as my depression. That's not the part I needed, bastard. I used the Proboscis Sonos for this. Neat new build. Electric ramps in damage with more enemies close together. Synergizes perfectly with the Sonos' unique function. That is a interesting concept, actually. Let's have a look at mine real quick. Weird that I don't have status on here. I mean, I guess not. So corrosive heat at the moment. Wait, it has viral on the detonation, doesn't it? Right. That's why it's corrosive. So it could do corrosive viral electric, that would make sense. I think I sort of defaulted to heat when they changed the element to deal with armor, so way back, before they did anything to corrosive. But everything's pretty easy to kill, so it doesn't really feel necessary anymore, especially with galvanized and merciless. So gas electricity. So what would I end up having? Toxin. I guess toxin and heat is gas, right? So that's what you've got. Now I understand your comment. So you could put viral in, but I guess you don't want that. Hmm. Yeah, it's weird. Viral gas electric certainly seems odd. And I guess I could try it. Problem is, I can't really test against these guys because they're such a low level. Maybe I'll take it to the sim. Or was I just leveling? I can actually take that and level that. At least has an AoE. I have a loadout for this. Let's go and shoot someone with this and see what happens.
You are a true hunter.
Even more fun with Siren's Toxic Lash Augment. Contagion Cloud. Tons of .aoe everywhere. I don't think I've even used... I mean, I've tested that augment, but I've never seriously used it, I don't think. We got no cat. Actually, I don't have survivability. I've forgotten what all her abilities are. Two's a turret. So I don't really know how the electric works. There are a lot of dots. I guess that's from the gas, though. I feel like I actually have to read the... I have to read what electric does. Hang on. You won't be able to see this, but I'm on the wiki. On enemy deals 50% of the base damage as electricity damage per second over 6 seconds to enemies within 3 meters of the target. And stuns the target for 3 seconds. Each stack has its own duration. 50% of base damage. Turn Merciless on. Nine stacks. I guess some of this is slash procs. Should have taken munitions off, maybe. I think the big numbers are just slash. All these guys together. No. That's definitely suboptimal, yeah. You can see everyone ticking off in the background. Really like the way the level... Oh, hang on. The level that this performs at. It takes a little while to ramp up. This bow specifically. relative to all the other ones. Once it's going, it performs pretty well. I've always really liked bow gameplay. So I quite like having these bows that are like crazy AoE blasters, or nukers maybe. So I still feel like I get the bow-esque aiming and movement, but it's still super efficient. I really do like this weapon. I think my build performs better though. Proboscis has such a good sound. It does sound quite nice for an infested weapon. I think I have basically the exact same build on here, except it's viral, right? And I still have base damage. I haven't decided on that. This one's a bit quicker to ramp up. This doesn't have the same AoE pull. Damage is still stupid. I really enjoy just coming here and just nuking everything for absolutely no reason. Satisfying. We're gonna form an Atlas though. Let's go and do that. I think the build I have on Atlas I'm pretty happy with. I remember going back and reviewing it after the changes. Makes pretty good use of all his abilities. I don't know if max efficiency... Oh, I guess because I'm spamming his one, so... Makes sense. Really like the Brammer. I think it's my favorite weapon. It's really cool. And I didn't get it pre-nerf, so... I didn't experience heartbreak with it when D came along. I've got a dash. I've got 2 dashes, a V, 3 dashes, a V, and a V again. So 3 dashes, 2 Vs. So 2 Vs, 1 dash now. So I guess I'm probably going to copy the same build. So I guess I'll get rid of the D. Yeah, it has to be gone if I'm going to fit all the Umbral mods on there. Always a sad day. So the only strength I've got is from Umbral. Interesting. I can fit something else. I don't know if natural talent doesn't do anything, does it? A rage in there. Got it back when it was stupid but didn't get hurt too much. Nice. I heard that the nerfs were pretty substantial, right? Less bomblets, less damage, less multi-shot maybe? I guess that's the same thing as bomblets. Although, when I think of bomblet, I think of the Tsar. Like, you shoot your projectile, it explodes into a cluster, right? Does a Brammer do that? I haven't really noticed that, to be honest.
characterized by a fast-growing infested box. And I will access the console. Biosignatures detected. We've got infested incoming. Those infested picked up zero.
Man, the reload on this thing is slow. Alright, not great either. Actually unnecessary, that'll be at higher levels though. Wow, it is so slow. Though Merciless will give me 30%. If I like the weapon enough to put an adapter on it. Is the 10 Envoy that impressive? Ton of initial hype, but I never got around to getting one for myself. I don't know. Haven't they just got it? Haven't they got half mods on it? You're getting decent damage numbers here, but it's low-leveled, unarmored enemies, right? I like it. It has high crit, so it's perfect for all those damage mods. It has auto reload when holstered. How quick is that? Is it quicker than just reloading? Shoot straight unless you aim in, yeah. And if you aim... Oh, hang on. Give me a minute to reload. If you aim, you can control it. Which is certainly interesting. I do quite like that on a weapon. I wish Nova's 2 didn't work like that though. I feel like Exodia Contagion is just better in almost every way. Haven't timed it yet. Switch to secondary for a bit and back.
Let's reconstruct the next manifest.
You can hear it. I don't know if you... I assume you could hear it. I don't know how loud it is for you, actually. You can hear the rounds getting put back in. So I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Maybe not exactly. I swear I can hear it clicking in though. I'm not killing anything. Fun mechanic. BL3, Borderlands 3. Half-Life and Battlefield also has such launches, but I don't find them useful in PvE. I think the only time I've really made use of it is for Profit Taker. Like having the weapons charge, which means they charge when you're not holding them. Super convenient. So I'd swap between the Batacore and the Tomb Finger. Can hear it reloading, yeah. I think that's cool. It's a neat little feature. At 100% when we kill everything, I'll swap and we'll listen. Oh, the rocket. My bad. I think on a weapon it's fine. There are plenty of times I'm trying to track and kill a particularly tough target and I want every round to hit. You know, from a distance or whatever. But on the ability, I'm not really that fond of it.
To attempt to reconstruct another manifest. Here we go again. Get those vaporized.
I don't really know how the timing is, but you can definitely hear it. I guess I'm getting invincible from shield gating, right? Seems to be happening a lot. Don't have rolling guard on, so it has to be that. Battlefield, it's very satisfying to hit jets and helis with it. See that? I've played Ooh. Actually, maybe I haven't played Battlefield. Maybe there was a free trial for like Battlefield. Actually, I think I played a bit of Battlefield 5 because I got a copy of it with a graphics card I bought once. I played a bit. Maybe it was 4. I don't remember. I played one of them a little bit, but I didn't really get into it. I think I've been conditioned by the Call of Duty engines. So anything that's not like that, I don't really get along with now. Not that I like the Black Ops engine, but the Modern Warfare engine has always been pretty solid. Yeah. It's not actually max rank because it's not all from one mission. I feel like this has been a pretty personal stream, thinking back about all the stuff we talked about. Childhood camping memories and mental health problems and whatnot. It brought up a lot of memories out of nowhere.
Success. Do you want to attempt to reconstruct another manifest?
Went from COD to Battlefield with Battlefield 3. Haven't played the newest.
Get ready.
Only because stuck in looter shooters, yeah, that'll happen. I played Warzone. I haven't actually played the single player. That's actually something I wanted to stream, the single player of Call of Duty 4, which I guess is just the revamped Modern Warfare now. I was going to play the original. I did download it. I probably won't play the original, I might just play the revamped one at some point. Just hesitant to go back and play old games because I don't want to ruin the nostalgia. I think I talked about that a bit yesterday. They're doing a Diablo 2 remaster, which I spent way too many hours in. Not sure if I'm going to play that or not yet. I swear that just vanished right in front of me. I'm not sure how people stream farms like this. I don't really have enough stuff to just talk about endlessly. I guess if you have a big enough audience, chat would just always be going non-stop, right? They'll be feeding you content, basically. I feel like with chess, if you stream that, like I don't watch people stream chess, but I watch VODs of it sometimes. That's a game that you can play that for 8 hours a day and never run out of things to say because you're always talking about tactics and strategy and whatnot. You don't really get that in the old warframe. Never play this mode, but CC would be best. Well, I need to kill enemies to get the stuff to activate the vaporizers, so I actually need to be killing, you know, relatively efficiently. It's just a loot drop.
This is what was in the manifest. There's more where that came from. Do you want to keep fighting?
So 15 minutes for 4 rounds. It hurts to see that. Metal Auger, a gold mod of which I have hundreds. Half an hour left. I don't really want to do this for another half an hour if I'm honest. I reached my grind limit. So I guess I could try the Grendel mission. I feel like that's going from a rock to a hard place, right? What was I going to test in here? There was something I wanted to do in here, but I don't remember what it was. So just using the... I think I was talking about the proboscis, right? But I tested that already in the sim. Never mind. Yeah, I think I could take this and be relatively successful in Steel Path. Let's get rid of that. Let's go and find out. Chess has been really popular for big streamers too. They had tournaments and such. Yeah, the old PogChamps. I'm still sort of watching some of that every now and then. I don't like all the... Well, I don't dislike some of the presenters, but I like some more than others. So I'm sort of occasionally getting recommended one that I'll watch. CC and kill, like pulling with Vauban. Doesn't Infested in the bubble do something? I don't know, actually. I know the bubble just has to be big enough to hit the consoles to work on them.
Each enemy is more powerful than before.
Can I kill these guys? Yes. I don't know if they do anything in the bubble or not. Yeah. But I didn't think it mattered anyway. Got the reload. So obviously the damage isn't great at the moment. I really don't want a Juggernaut to spawn. Thought I could get away with just killing these few, but no. That pistol does pretty well, I have to say. I don't know if I can kill this guy. May have fucked up. Hello? I guess we'll carry on. I'm sure he'll show up again. I guess it's having all the status on there that's doing it. Oh. Is this coming from the Juggernaut? Is he floating around again? Yeah, there he is. This guy's gonna harass me for the whole mission. He also spawns mobs, which I don't know if they count or not. I don't have CO on the melee, so it's not really gonna clear any quicker either. Reload equals pain? Yeah, tell me about it. Got a win through resignation, easy chest. Well done, well done. Just do that every time. Solved. Ooh, I don't want to be punching that dude. That seemed unfair. I was killed in a black screen. Those guys for 10 seconds apparently. Come at me, bro. That's not the guy I want. Oh. Yeah, I certainly shouldn't have pissed off that the Juggernaut. Make this way more painful than it had to be. Okay, so CC does not work for very long. Three doesn't do anything. I guess we're just gonna do this. Shield gating saving me so far. Here's my dog. That was not so bad. I used to have a macro that would just mash the... Actually, I think I used it for Ash's invisibility. It would just mash the 2 key like every 100th of a second or something stupid. Probably used that for Atlas back in the day too. I already feel the ligaments in my little finger not being happy with me. I actually quite like a lot of the frames that revolve around the one, so like Atlas and Nidus. Well, I guess some strats with Gara. I feel like there's another frame as well. Not remembering it off the top of my head though. But I play them a lot less than I would like, just because your hand ends up getting fucked up. The only time I've ever seen his 2 actually be good is when... No. I guess LV has a variant of it, but it was... I think one of the sisters has it. And because they're like 10 feet tall, they put down the wall and they're still shooting over the top of it. It actually looked pretty good. See if I can throw Merciless on here or not. Do I have one? I do. Guess we'll just go ahead and do it. This is with a catalyst, it just has no polarities. Listening to Kesha. On the opposite, I don't like spamming one. Less fingers for movement. True. I guess on the frames that are like that, you don't really end up moving around a whole lot because you're locked into their animations, right? I don't think I'm going to fare very well doing any of these. It's going to be Ancient Healer and then just hope they don't shoot it. I have number keys on the side of my mouse, movement and spam. I used to have... I don't think I have it anymore. To show you. This is my mouse at the moment. A couple of buttons on the sides, but the one I used to have had, I think, 19 buttons on it, and it had a button you could hold that would do... that would swap them all, so you basically had double the amount. The one that I had before that, I think it had maybe 10 or 11. The Rock Hat tie-on it was called. I think that was my favourite. What's up, Danny? Yeah, that mouse had two scroll wheels, a scroll wheel for the thumb and another one for... sorry, for the middle finger and the thumb. And the idea was that you could control two PCs with it at once. That was the whole point. Of course I didn't do that, but... Go ahead and throw that down. I don't know if he's staying, actually. Seems he is. It's always a bit fucky if you're not host. You know, I've got to make this energy color black because I can't see what the hell I'm aiming at. I guess I have to kill them to get Merciless ticking. What in the world is going on there? Guys are just chilling in a tornado. I don't like having more than a few side buttons. To use the classic mice for shooters. The main problem I have is that I want a mouse... I can't see because my fucking Spotify's in the way. Hang on. I basically want a click to the left of left click, and that's what I use for melee. My last few mice had that. So right here I would have another click, and I found that super useful, but it's super rare. Like I think I only found like 3 models that would have that, which is the main reason I ended up going with that crazy 2-computer MMO mouse. And I definitely don't miss having the mouse because it was this. It was probably had 50% more mass than my current one. It was like quite a bulbous grip. Very weird, so I don't really miss it. I found when I started playing Warzone with it, it was definitely not optimal. Much too bulky. Didn't really feel natural to use. But I definitely miss having that button. Logitech Hero G502. Oh yeah. I think I must have looked at that. That's probably the third one that I haven't tried. So there was the Rocket tie-on, there was the weird MMO mouse, and then maybe that, or maybe there was one other that I was looking at that I haven't tried. I think by that point I'd stopped playing Warframe and I was instead playing... Can't really kill anything here, to be honest. I was instead playing Warzone. And at that point I didn't really care about having that extra button. I don't really know how long Warframe is going to keep me here, so I guess we'll wait and see. The problem with these mice I found, so this is the G903. And I think I had another Logitech before this. I guess after my MMO mouse. The problem I find with them is that the pads on the bottom actually wear out, you know, pretty quick. I've had this for maybe 3 months, 4 months maybe, and the wear is noticeable. I've already ordered like custom slides for this one. My old mouse got destroyed in a fit of rage, my last Logitech one, but the pads on that were definitely wearing out too. G502, and I love it for Warframe. I mean, it looks good for sure. Hello? This seems to be a freebie, so... What's the prices I'm looking at? The wireless version's 200, and the wired ones are just under 100. So 502 light speed, and that would be Australian dollars, so that's not too bad. I think this one was 200-ish as well. I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. I think it's ambidextrous is one of the selling points. Yeah. Never had another mouse like that. A fit of rage is the most gamer statement, indeed. Yeah, I've lost a couple of pairs of headphones, I think a keyboard and a mouse over my gaming career to gamer rage. Many mugs. Actually, no mugs, many bottles. What else? Lots of like little inconsequential things I just happen to have on my desk. But now, basically all of my equipment is so expensive that I can't smash it anymore. So that was one way to solve the problem. I'm not going to smash a $350 keyboard or $900 monitor or whatever else. So I found that that was my cure there. Though this mug has been so lucky to survive. There's been many times where that rage is switched on and I've wanted to smash something. And this is the closest thing. But it's still here. Use mouse thumb for melee? I think I did for a while as well. I used to use the thumb for blocking with melee, with the old melee system. Kind of sad to have that gone. So now I've got... Wait, what is that button? Bottom thumb is operator. I think top thumb is quick attack. So yeah, I still thumb for melee. I actually really like this mug. It's a nice gesture for sure. Steel Series 11 years old. I've had a Steel Series before, I think, and I didn't have that problem. You can use the shoot button for melee after switching for it too. Yeah. I don't know, I don't really like doing that. I tried doing it a couple of weeks ago, I think. Let's jump on Loki and do that hijack, just because I really like doing that. Did I have a build? I guess not. Take a speedy build. Some. Oh, right. So this augment doesn't do anything. Unless you've got her 3. Enemies affected by Haven. For some reason I was thinking Pillage and Haven were the same ability, but they're not. I have indiscriminate rage, so I just walk away and go outside. Smart, for sure. I just have it so, like, intense and immediate. It's very hard to control that, like, snap reaction. Goes along with my poor willpower. But I've gone back to breaking myself instead of my surroundings. That's another reason for the bucket. What do I want on here? I guess more range? Cunning? No. This? Sure. I want something to kill single targets. Let's take the Trumner. Probably won't be that great because I'm not going to be ramping it up. But I want to kill the guys with the throwing stars or whatever they are. I guess the Trumner, I got the glaive, but I can kill the Acolyte as well. It's weird with the instant switching and auto blocking. Game sometimes doesn't do what you want. I'm not really happy with the way the melee system works. It doesn't feel very fluent. And I find, because I'm using a glaive often, whenever you pull out a glaive and a pistol at the same time, it swaps your heavy attack detonation button from your heavy attack to your alt fire, so then you can't alt fire anymore. I don't know why it would do that. Just leave the buttons where they are and I can still use both features. It drives me nuts. Anyway. Blazing Pillage is amazing. Just got my Hildren set yesterday, minus Arcanes. I think Hildren is pretty good. As a crowd control frame, I think she's really good. I don't find her DPS to be anything to write home about, however. Disarm out there. So there's somewhere on this I can stand. There it is. Oops. Oh, my dog is definitely going to get fucked up. I guess the scorpions could pull me off too. I don't really care about the dog masters. I don't remember what they're called, but does a pad stay on here? It does. Interesting. Didn't think it would. I love warframes that can self-sustain. Me too. I do everything, basically everything solo, so it's kind of prerequisite. Remember Hildren literally became a god from one mod? What mod was that? The only weird thing I can remember happening with Hildren is like insane shield gating abusing. Which I don't think I ever really did. I know it was a big thing in the community for a while though. Actually, I don't know if I'll get an Acolyte spawn. We're not going to be here for long, are we? I haven't actually had to kill anything. Energy Siphon? How so? What did that do? Never did that one. My friend kept buying stuff every year because of rage. I have old holes in the table. I don't think I've ever broken my table. Yeah, it was always just hardware. I mean, I always want to have a 600ml bottle of water. But every time I buy one, basically that same day I'll have a fit of rage and that's the first thing to get smashed and crunched and thrown across the room. There are a few little dents in the walls from throwing shit around. That's definitely coming out of the bond. It's a weird bug. I definitely haven't seen it. Oh. Never mind. I do like this weapon, it's kind of weird. Kind of cool. One of those hollow fake wood ones. Wait, you mean like the chipboard or with the actual cardboard insert? Like doors. Fist into mousepad made crater, right. Mine's a solid chunk of, I guess, pine. So I do actually like hammer fist it a lot. And I think this like section all through here is like has constant pain from doing it. But yeah, my desk is definitely not going to break. It's breaking me, unfortunately. Is this going to be a 5 minutes or 10 minutes? I've got 2 minutes left, so I guess I can do it. Finish after that. Don't think I have anything interesting to do it on. Grendel for Infested? Probably not. Nothing really jumping out. Problem with Infested is it's just basically nothing, right? Warman? I was supposed to try another build with the Zymus. Apparently, build it for impact and slash. Haven't done that yet. Shield would always regen from energy. Yeah, I definitely wasn't around for that. Imagine if they changed the mods that gave shield for energy to shield for resource use. Gave shield for energy to shield for resource use. I don't even know what that means.
You must
But
provide
half her
cover for
costs?
your own tenor offer. Set off the alarms and keep the infested busy.
This may be a very boring run here.
The infested are releasing toxic spores.
It just never breaks. I think Warblade made a video about it. I have actually watched a bit of him, but not for quite a while. I don't watch any Warframe content at the moment. What happens if you suck a healer into this thing? Here's my alarm. I guess everyone just survives in there all of a sudden. It's only a 5-minute survival. Not too bad. I don't really want to revive you, but I guess I will. Just trying to think of all the content creators that I have watched. Because I think Warblade, if I had to... Oh, I'm out of energy. If I had to pick one that always showcased the most broken shit, I feel like Warblade would be that one. And then there's like a weird niche that Distant Observer falls into. It's not really that, it's just like very specific niche builds, I guess. Like where you can make things crazy powerful, but you gotta jump through all these weird hoops. I think Warblade's always the one that was breaking shit. Can't really remember any others. Zelp was always examining stuff. Rozyme was always just playing the meta. And that's really all I remember. Oh. Zandy? I think he was pretty good. I've watched him... I think I watched him stream more than I watched his actual YouTube though. You know, I always got along. Decent guy. This channel is just buildcraft, yeah. I think he's the one who gave me the idea to get a standing desk. He's always streaming with one of them, right? And his weird glyph is just like a pair of jeans and in a bucket or something. Yeah, I quite liked him. Quite soothing, I think. I always watch YouTube when I go to bed. He's probably one of the guys that I could watch. Though usually it's Mario Maker or Darkest Dungeon. Or like review videos. Lately I've been watching a lot of MMO reviews, even though I don't play any MMOs at the moment. Just because it's really good content to sort of fall asleep to. Also never played Mario Maker. I don't know how I got into watching it, but certainly watched a lot of it in my time. I assume pets still get affinity while they're downed, right? 11:30. Oh shit! I just alt tabbed, trying to open my thing while I was stealthed. There he goes. Interesting, but it kind of feels like a waste of time when you can slap on a basic build and do things faster. What I remember of Zandy is not that he's like... That's how I feel about Distant Observer type content, where they're making like a very specific build that requires a lot of synergy to get something done when there are a lot of easier ways to do it. I feel like Zandy was more of a... just like a basic kind of solid build guide, right? I feel like he did what I would do if I was doing build guides, which I don't think I ever really did. Just really solid concepts, pretty easy to execute, not really wasting any time doing more work than you need to. Where's this guy at? Two's just gonna kill him anyway, I think. Go down to Bastille to strip him. Oh, he's Hydroid. Good fight. Kinda want to shoot a grenade into here before I go. Just for all the pretty numbers. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna have to end stream as well. Basically run out of time. Various infested tiles that I can't move through for shit.
After that point, no amount of life support will save you.
Matches weapons with abilities a lot. I haven't seen him in probably 3 or 4 years, so maybe out of touch. Nice. I think I still need like maybe not 10, but 6 or 7 of those. Should actually have a look. .533 accuracy. Let's use my faves on any frame. Well, I feel like now, especially, like more than ever, so many weapons are so powerful that you really don't need to default back to any kind of synergy like that. Any of these weapons on their own could solo everything in the game, no problem. What's I doing? Thought I had to do something when I got back, but maybe not. Remember to build these cats tomorrow. The first thing. Form is good. We've got a bunch of frames. Made a fair bit of progress today, I would say. Never got around to doing loadouts with such setups. I tried to make use of the loadout system here for similar things. And it just doesn't really work. I just forget and never get around to it. Happy with the Trumner now? Yeah, I would say so. So every weapon that I consider to be extremely good, I'm renaming to have OP in the name, so I can easily keep track of it. So, ignoring the Kasua, like everything in here I think is kind of equivalent. So the Trumner's in there with the rest of the weapons that I consider to be really good. What have we got? 5. We got 8. 8 currently since coming back. I haven't gone back and tried a lot of the other weapons, so I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's not on here yet, but the Trumner's certainly up. Up in my top 10 at the moment. Anyway, I'm done for today. 10 minutes over. Good progress. I guess we'll finish doing some more. Hopefully get Nidus tomorrow. With a few other frames. Start work on them. Do Grendel. I really didn't want to do that today after grinding out Nidus the way we did. Yeah. Did I do the Cedo yet? I've got it. I haven't maxed it out yet. 2 former on there. I'm not sure what I think of it at the moment. Like, the alt fire is awesome, and I think it's the only thing that makes Lavos any good. But I'm not sure as a standalone weapon what I think. I do think it's quite powerful, but I don't know if it'll be in my list or not. I haven't actually used any other shotgun since coming back. I'd like to go back to try the Tigris and the Strun and stuff and see how it all holds up. But I haven't gotten around to doing that just yet. Did my pet level up? Is that what I was doing? Never mind. I'm signing off. Thanks for hanging out. See you same time tomorrow.